Fuck, it's hot in here. It's so hot in here. Jeez. I don't know. I'm feeling some sort of way right now. So as it stands, I'm supposed to be going to treatment on Friday. Today's Monday. So, although I had 8 days, 9 days sober, and I already started swooning in my thoughts, and then, well, I think I made my last video about that. And then, yes, so that was Friday, today's Monday. So, yesterday, so what was it? No, take it back to Saturday. Saturday, contacted the ex. I was like, look, can I go see the animals? And she told me ahead of time she's going to go to this concert and whatnot, but like I didn't really, I'm like, whatever, right? But, so I reach out and she says, oh, well, I'm at that concert right now. I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, well, can I go see the animals? And she's like, I don't think that's a good idea right now. And all I can think is like some dudes there and whatnot. And I'm like, fine. Like, when can I go there? She's like, oh, tomorrow around noon. I'm like, alright, cool. So, hung up. I'm feeling some sort of way, but I'm not enraged or anything, but you know, just push forward. So I go home, spend the rest of my night just chilling, vibing, whatever. Wake up yesterday morning, eating breakfast. I get a text from her. She says, can you go feed the animals and let them out? And I'm like, and of course I will. You know, I love those animals to death. But then I got to thinking, I was like, if you knew you were going to be gone and whatnot, like, why didn't you have me, like, watch them? You know I would. Like, it's not a thing. So then she says, well, it's a long story. And I'm like, and here's where I become super perturbed. Number one, these animals, like, their care is being neglected. Maybe not in a way that's, like, felonious or a criminal or in any way, but their care, the grade of care that they're receiving is dropping, right? Second, like, the people she's associating herself with, like, one of them, like, over the line, when I was on the phone with her Saturday night, she was like, hi, Nick. And she knows damn well I don't like her, and she don't like me, so let's just keep it that way. But, like, she's sitting there with these small jabs. And ultimately, that's what I'm gonna get to in my story. What's the third point? Like, it's like, and if someone's there, why can't you have someone, like, watch over them? You know, the animals. And then so I show up at the house, you know, I feed them, do all the thing. And then I walk through it, and there's all these alcohol bottles, and all this stuff going on. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm going to treatment in a few days. I'm drinking too, right? Like, I'm not saying, like, we're not all without our faults. But, like, the number one thing that, like, just rips me apart about this freaking marriage, this entire situation, is that, like, how such a magnifying glass was put on me about everything I did when I was just passive about, like, hey, you know, like, we all got our whatevers. And it's not like I was, like, outlandish or anything with my thing. Like, I didn't do anything more or less than the next person. Not to excuse my actions, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know what fueled her to, like, focus on my problems so vehemently. Like, it was such a focal point. And I'm just like, dude, crawl out of my ass. Like, it's so fucking unnecessary. And all I can think of, like I talked about in the last video, is like, it's because she's doing bad. So to make herself feel less bad, she put the attention on me and like make me defend myself and everything else. Whatever, you know. So anyway, I'm going through this house, alcohol balls everywhere. I'm just like, that's funny because that's what she would fucking get on me for, you know, drinking and whatnot. But like, since I've moved out, I've seen all these different, you know, all this stuff in there, all these beers and bottles, you know, liquor bottles and all this stuff, you know, bottles of wine, all this shit. It's like, huh, interesting. So, shit, what happened next? So then, I don't know, I saw dude had his fucking shoes there, dude had his whatever. So I went in the room, her bedroom, because I had some effects in there. I got my baby blanket, I had my old motorcycle helmet, like a couple other things, some sentimental items. So I'm just looking around the house, and to me it just looks like a party house now. You know, it looks like she's moving some dude in. You know, and I left her my PlayStation, like some effects, like, you know, some things to like, because in my mind, like when we were first divorcing, I'm sitting there like, dude, she's gonna be like, you know, by herself and whatnot, like want her to have things so she watches TV, whatever. That's completely the opposite. Like she's out there just doing it so often. Like she has all these friends and all this shit going on. Like all of a sudden it's just popping. I mean, and whatever, you know what I mean? That's her prerogative. But I want to remove myself from the situation. I want to remove myself from these people over the phone when I'm talking to my ex-wife about, you know, about some, you know, business or whatever. I also want to remove all my sentimental items and personal effects from the house, because I don't need someone trifling through in it or making a mockery of it, because I know how people are. It's human nature. You sit there and, you know, get drunk, whatever. So whatever. I'm just trying to like eliminate all these, you know, these potentially future problems, right? I don't think I need to say potential future problems, but anyway, you know what I'm saying. So I go through the house and I take everything, like the last of things that are mine, right? I didn't touch any pictures, but I did take the one of me and my grandma. Like, it's like, if some dude's in this house now, right? Like, obviously, like, you don't need to be seeing a picture of me and my grandma. You don't even be seeing a picture of me at all, really. But if Lena wants to leave them up, whatever, that's her prerogative. But like, I had some kids' photos in there of me when I was a kid, all this other shit, right? And it's like, so I took everything out. So I left the rest of the house. She takes about an hour later or whatever. Are the animals okay? I go, yeah, they're fine. And then that's when I dropped it. I was like, look, after heavy consideration, I think it's best that we just completely sever ties. Like, all the bills were still in my name, our phone bill's still linked, all these things, right? My name's still in the lease, all this shit. I think it's best just to sever ties completely. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still entertaining the thought of being a friend, but like, I'm just too close to it right now. And like, it's like her actions and everything, like, I just feel like it's constant jabs. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, she says, because she's talking about dude, and like, I'm still like, you know what I mean? I'm still trying to be like, you know, kosher and all this. He says, yeah, he's 6'2". I'm sorry. I'm like, what the fuck's that supposed to be? Like, just these little jabs. You know what I mean? And like, I can't help but think, like, how many times am I supposed to take it on the chin before I finally be like, you know what? Fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, I try to be civil. Like, my ears are turning red. Like, just thinking about it. And it's... So like I said, I was like, I think it's best we sever ties. So I go out to T-Mobile, right? I go to T-Mobile. That was an entire other thing, right? It was so difficult dealing with these people. Like, they don't want to do the job, whatever. Like, they've probably been overworked or everything's been going on with them. I don't know, whatever. But, so I get Lena on the phone. We finally coordinate some things. After like 2.5 hours, I finally get everything out like I was supposed to be, right? Like, things are out of my name. things are in her name, whatever. After that, I was sitting there just dealing with her in the morning, and then dealing with T-Mobile, and like just everything. It's gross because I already drank on like Friday morning. It's not like that's my anyone's fault but my own. Like I understand that, and like I definitely could have just walked away and not drank whatever. But like part of me was just like, Nick, you deserve it. Just go have a drink. Just sit in your car, kind of like I'm doing now, right? And just unload. Sit here and listen to music and just vibe out. Nothing crazy. But I don't know. So I forget what happened. Anyway, so which I can't feel sorry for me anymore. I finally snapped. I finally hit my limit. My limit point. I finally hit my limit. Finally hit my breaking point. I finally got nasty. Nothing I can't come back from. But I finally just fuck you, dude. Like, throughout all this, like, I'm just so tired of the jabs and just taking it on the chin and just through it all. I'm only human. Like, it almost circles back to like the beginning of like the relationship. I mean, I look around and it seems like most, if not all, relationships are like that. And like, I'll be the first to admit, like, I don't have a lot of experience with relationships. I didn't really have them in middle school, to high school, whatever. Like, and when I did, they were toxic. Everything was just all bad, right? So, but I have this idea in my head, like with these fairy tales, in movies put out there as to like what's healthy and what's normal. But I don't think I've ever seen an actual healthy relationship. I don't think I've ever seen one in real life. Compared to what people talk about. I mean, I've seen what people, the facade they put up, but I've never actually seen like something healthy. The inner workings of it, to be like, oh, so that's how you go about it when it hits this point or whatever. I've had people wave their finger at me, but that's just telling me what to do. That's not leading by example, which holds two very different weights. So again, with her, I finally hit my limit point. My breaking point. My limit point. I keep saying that. So then, what was it? Last night, I forget when. She texts, can we talk? Go to lunch, my treat. Alright, and I wasn't gonna say it Friday, right? That last video I made, episode 14. This will be 15. I'm gonna say it on this one, cause like, this is like a huge part why I didn't feel like engaged with her sexually. It's a huge problem I had with her, like, towards the end of our marriage and outside of it, and even recently. And like, she just refuses to respect my wishes, and that she keeps fucking touching me sexually. Like, don't fucking touch me. Like, I'm not attracted to you in that way. I haven't been. Like, I don't see you that way. You're like a sister to me. And I know, to a lot of people, it's probably like, that's funny. But it's not right. Don't fucking touch me. Like, I don't know what I have to do to get my point across. Actually, I do, like, because I've been that way. Like, where I would ask politely, and I would move the hand, and I would time after time after time after time after time after time after time. And then, like, you can't help it. Like, probably by, like, the 17th time, I finally become, hostile, volatile, But who wouldn't? Like, I don't want you to fucking touch me. So, like, I'm just thinking about, like, she's like, can we just go out to lunch? And honestly, if if it was like good intention and whatever, and I knew, like, I felt comfortable like that to where she wouldn't fucking touch me or like whatever, like, I'm like, yeah, let's fucking talk about it. I'll fucking air it out. But like, every time, like, cause I would ride with her or whatever, like, she would just put, like, she'd grab my hand and put it on her leg and shit, or like fucking, you know, hit me or fucking, or whatever she did. And those are just a couple examples. I'm like, dude, don't fucking, like, I have history of fucking traumatic shit. Like, that's why she got her fucking money. That's why she got that $125,000, is because, you know, she went through some shit. Well, what prompted her to fucking sign up for that? Because I fucking supported her and I empowered her to fucking do that, because that's exactly what I'm going through because of the Boy Scout shit. I mean, I went through some shit and I fucking struggled with some shit too. And she knows it. She knows it. Fucking, like, dude, don't fucking touch me. Yeah, I'm the fucking bad guy. Dude, it gets to a point where it's like, if that's what it means to be the bad guy, fuck it. Then it's well earned, and it's well deserved, and it's well justified. I don't want to be the good guy if that's what it is. Then you get these people that just take fucking, they only know like 10% of something. Oh, you told her to fuck off. Yeah, dude, context is so fucking important. You know, it's kind of funny, like, little off, you know, little detour here. But like, I was talking with a couple of family, you know, a couple of relatives, and like they were going off on something, and then all of a sudden they found out they were incorrect, or there was more to the story or whatever, and all of a sudden it changed the entire dynamic. And then they said, well, go ahead and push forward with that. And I was like, isn't context important? Because both of them were fired up based off the information that they were given. But like, as soon as like more, if not the entire picture showed itself, all of a sudden, you know, like I said, it changed the dynamic, and therefore, and it changed their attitude about the situation. So, I don't know, being in a relationship is fucking weird. I don't. Ugh. So what was it? Oh, where did I leave off? I think the last thing I said was, oh, she can go to lunch. I was like, no. I was like, I want you to leave me alone. And she has so far. But watch, she'll fucking reach out. I hope not. I hope not. Like wishful thinking. Please don't. Because it's like, I go to treatment on Friday and just don't fucking talk to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't condone how you're going about yourself. Well, that's another thing she brought up. She said, I don't understand why it's bothering you so much. You said to move on. You said to sure, yeah. I also mentioned, like, you know, don't bring him in the house until, like, I'm out of it. You know, until I'm gone. I mean, she's paying the rent, whatever, right? Like, but then again, my name is also still in the lease. Like, I don't know who these fucking random people are. And, you know, they can rifle through my shit, sit there and play my place. You know what I mean? Like, that's just weird. I was like, dude, that place was my home. That place was my sanctuary. And now we got some dude with some muddy-ass boots tromping through the motherfucker. And I'm not supposed to react negatively to it? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, do I really have to fucking spell this out? No, I don't. Because I know anyone else, especially her, would be fucking fuming if I did even a fraction of the shit she was pulling. She's looking for a fucking reaction. She knows damn well what she's doing. That's why I'm like, I finally fucking just snapped. I didn't really fucking snap. I was just trying to fucking dig at her, because fuck you. Or fuck her, I should say. Fuck you if you ever see this. In this moment, that's how I'm feeling. It'll die down. Like, you know, I'll couple week or two, treatment, whatever. Like I said, I got all my shit out of there. It's unfortunate I can't fucking, I don't feel comfortable seeing the animals anymore. You know, all these different things, but it's what do you call it? Collateral damage? It's inevitable. You know, so like, I'm just sitting here like, it's part of it. And it just sucks. Like, I'm sitting here in a fucking parking lot drinking to myself, talking to myself. Like, fucking, ew. But all I can hope is, like, dude, I just go to treatment, I come out a better person with more level head, I have more of a fucking, you know, more of a plan and fucking on how to push forward in my life. That's the whole goal. But right now, like, in the moment, I think it's important to feel it. Because while I do have some, you know, like I said, I set things up long term, you know, midterm, long term. You know, I have these goals in place and they are, you know, things are on track. But I also think it's important to feel what's in the moment. And when I'm in the moment, that's when I just like say, fuck it, have a drink. You know, everything else is in motion. Like, I'm a functioning alcoholic, highly functioning. I don't know if that's what they mean by that term, but I am. I can be shit faced and still like know, you know, how to operate and what to do and how to do it. Ugh. He's sitting there asking, have you been with anyone yet? Yeah, it's like, none of your fucking business. Like, why would I tell you that? Like, just so you can get more pissed off or more jealous or have ammunition to throw in my face or whatever, like, or so when you do some dirty shit, you can turn around and be like, well, you're fucking with someone, so blah, blah, blah. I told her for the longest time, I was like, if we ever split, I wouldn't go be with someone. Don't get me wrong. Like, if something comes along organically, you know, alright, cool. Like, you know, I get it in. I am human. It's not like I'm fucking devoid of these emotions or these feelings or these needs. But, like, I don't know, I just can't actively pursue it right now. Like, I am nowhere near in the headspace. I even tried, like, just to see if I had something about me, because I feel like, because I was with her and she isolated me so much, and, like, not that she damaged me, like, I think I've mentioned this before, like, she kind of just played into the feeling I had from my drug addiction days, and I felt like I had to isolate myself. But as a result of that, I'm not saying it's anyone's fault, I feel like I've lost some social skills. So, now that I'm out, right, and I have, like, pretty much a green light to be able to, you know, to you know, reach out to these female or whatever, do whatever, like, you know, I figure I'd shoot my shot. And, like, you know, I'm definitely slip, tripping, and stumbling. But, you know, I'm trying to find my way again. It's like I'm learning how to walk again. It's coming, but fuck, man. So for fucking instant, I don't know. So, like, I thought we'd just be friends, but, like, it's like, dude, like, I'm not trying to say she moved on too quick. I was like, maybe, like, I guess my thing, because I did say that, but, like, I guess my thing is, like, I guess how I operate and how I handle things after a breakup and how she does two different things. Like, it's like my cat Boots. You know, 4 months later, I'm still not over it. I'm still mourning him. I still feel like I can't imagine, like, having another pet right now, because I don't feel like it would, you know, be the service to the pet, like, because I'm still mourning my, you know, other animal. Same thing with this breakup. Like, I there's no way I can just go into a new relationship and no, I'm still working through this, you know. So I guess, like, as we break up and, like, slowly, you know, pushing away, I guess I just wasn't ready for, you know, to see how she does things, to how she, you know, copes and her coping mechanisms and whatnot, and how much it would affect me. And it's affected me a great deal. Obviously. It's almost like I never even existed. It's like I never even mattered. It's like I was just there. It's not like she knew me or anything. It's just that I was just there as a being so she wouldn't have to feel alone. It was never about that she loved me or felt anything towards me or whatever. Like, it was just I was being there so she didn't feel alone. That's what her actions speak to me. And I'm just sitting there like, damn. Don't get me wrong, and like I said, like I don't. And yeah, I lost the romantic part of it. You know what I mean? Like I did lose a sexual attraction to her, but like on every other level, I felt attracted to this woman. You know, spiritually, mentally, like emotionally. I don't know, but maybe she's different. I don't know. It's just some of the things I'm coming to realize. Yeah. So I think when we talked with her for a little bit, I thought I was gonna talk to her while I was in treatment. That changed. These things changed. Thankfully, my cousin, you know, she's let me like hang all my stuff at her house while I go through this treatment thing. That's a whole nother thing. You want to hear the details about that? Treatment? I go in. They say, I'm going for my assessment. I'll try and put it in a nutshell. Going for my assessment. They say, okay, you got some mental health things, you got drinking, 60 days. Sound good? I'm like, yep. All right, cool. So then we have these meetings, and then we'll get you in there, as soon as possible. All right, cool. Well, then as it got closer, like, a week and a half out before I'm supposed to go to this treatment thing, they're like, well, is 3 weeks or is 90 days okay? And I'm like, that's not what I had in mind. Like, I was gonna do 60. Like, I got some things I gotta deal with. I got some business I gotta take care of. I'm trying to move out of state. Like, I got a lot of things going on. And then another side note, I'm looking at gas prices right now. $4 a gallon. I'm driving this thing. On a good day, it gets 16 miles to the gallon. But I got no income right now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just burning through my savings. Fuck. I'm out there getting McDonald's and shit. Like, fuck. I need a job. So, I gotta think about, like, when I get out and how I'm gonna go about things. And don't get me wrong, when it comes to divorce, if I've ever been afforded white privilege, I would argue it's in this divorce. Like, I have so little to bitch about. So many people go through so much more and are so much more affected and lose so much and it's so much more stressful and whatever. Like, I'm literally bitching if this guy has fucking shoes at our house, and that's pretty much my fucking beef. So, I mean, in the bigger picture, like, you really just need to shut the fuck up. I don't know. So I think, what do I think? I think, got treatment, just go down to Texas. I want a fresh start. That's what I want. I'm calling right now. Like, I just want to get involved in comedy. Just enjoy the scene, enjoy the vibe. Comes at 3, starts at 8. So this will be the last night I can go locally before I go into treatment. I was hoping that unemployment comes through. A couple other things. So I can get out. I'll have a little money. Because the big thing is just having that money, and then I just head down to Texas. Put the trailer, my bike in the back. And that's it. And I think, I just need a fresh start. Like, it's weird. Like, it's like a dual feeling here. Like, I feel like everything's here, but then I feel like nothing's here all at the same time. But the one thing, like, the whole thing when I was married to Lena, what I was just yearning for was a fresh start. And not even from, like, my criminal days, but, like, just from her and I when we had our, our beefs in the beginning. I was like, I just want a fresh start. And I think I've earned it. Like, I think second chance, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, like, who's to say? It's very hard to, like, society doesn't really offer a road to redemption to people. Like, you kind of have to, like, carve it out of your own willingness. And then once you're done or far along enough, turn to a woman and ask, is that good? No, either. Or so yeah, I don't know. So shit, what else? Sorry, I'm just thinking. I don't know what, like, I don't really have anything else to go off of. I don't want this Coke anymore. I went in there to get Jack Daniels, right? Dude, they're all sold out of everything. I'm like, alright, let me get the Fireball. So that's why I was drinking Fireball and try to give me any crap for it. Like, it's either that or Jack Daniels Fire, which is like 300 times more expensive for no good reason. So I'm like, well, not that I'm cheap, but I love a good bargain. Anyway, that's it. I don't know. So I think I'm gonna put this up while I'm out, or while I'm in, have it premiere. But yeah, again, thanks for watching. Thanks for hearing me out. And these are the trials of my life.